The biggest press conference I've ever been involved in, so that gives you a sense of perspective, you know. Yeah. Well, as you could see, I mean, they obviously put a lot of pressure on us. I think their forecheck, we had some difficulty with that. And they were very prolific, I thought, off their rushes, you know, moving the puck and stuff. So obviously, I think the fact that we stayed the course, you know, was big, even though at times territorially they had an advantage there. So I thought, at least from a gut check standpoint, for us to, you know, weather the storm a bit there, even when they were really coming after us, you know, was a real positive. Pardon? Yeah, he's, you know, he's a senior for us now and a very good goaltender. He's a real student of the game. I think his angles are strong, and you know, his quickness, his competitiveness. You know, he's not necessarily the biggest goalie, but he, you know, he's really very dedicated. He was one of our, we do a conditioning test in the fall, and he was one of the leaders of that. So, but he really, you know, obviously played very, very well tonight. I mean, he was clearly, you know, the biggest difference maker anyhow. We're going to talk about it, you know. I mean, there is a little bit of it. Yeah, we're going to probably just talk about it. Yeah, it's a very good question, though.
What was the plan going into overtime?
Well, I think one of our players right there echoed it. We you know, kind of the only thing we told them when we sort of huddled up right before the overtime is that we wanted to make sure that we played well enough to secure the point, that either way, and that we were going to get the 1 point, and then do everything we could within those parameters to win the hockey game. So.
You played against What made this game any different? Was it different at all?
Yeah, I mean, we played them when he was at Princeton, and that was a pretty big deal for us too. You know, we're a pretty small school, and the opportunity to go down and play an Ivy League school was a pretty big deal at the time. You know, I think this even had a little bit more. You know, Penn State starting hockey, first game, you know, that whole thing, and we didn't really have a. It's not like that we had a lot of, you know, it's the beginning of the year for both of us, and we don't have a lot of familiarity, you know, with them being a club team last year and that kind of thing. But I would say this game here was a little bit bigger deal, you know, and the result was different, so that was a good thing.
And did you exchange any words after the game?
Hmm?
Did you exchange any words after the game?
Just momentarily, you know, he just said good game, and which was, I mean, clearly he's, you know, his track record speaks for itself, you know. And this is a pretty neat thing, I think, for us too, to play here tonight and then go to Wilkes-Barre tomorrow. It's kind of an interesting, and you know, brings us 2 hours closer to Springfield at the same time. So.
What changes do you make from our game based off of that? You talked about the goal setting. Is there anything in particular you want to change for Martin?
Yeah, we'll look at the tape, and yeah, there's obviously a number of things. I mean, they're very young, but I'll tell you, they're pretty good. I mean, you guys could see that when we were playing them out there tonight. And I think, you know, we need to do a little bit better job defensively and having a third man. A couple adjustments probably in our zone, because, you know, they came at us, you know, very prolifically, I thought, with their rush offense, their entries, that kind of thing. But at the same time, I thought they were very effective, you know, with their forecheck. I thought it was sort of a 1-2 punch, so to speak, you know.
Coach, it's a win for AIC. It's also a win for Atlantic hockey, obviously, as well. And our conference is not sometimes given the notoriety of the other leagues around here. How big is this for Atlantic hockey to see AIC beat Penn State?
Well, I think it's a positive, you know. I mean, our league had a pretty good win against Michigan the other night too, you know. But Sure, we always feel like when we're out of conference, as I'm sure, Big Ten schools do when they play other teams, that we're representing our league as well. So.
Talk about your first two goals. You had your blue-collar kind of goals, rebounds, and guys just working hard to come on.
Yeah. I thought, even though we didn't have a lot of volume, we did a pretty good job going to the net, and even the overtime goal was a little bit of a, blue-collar type goal. The emphasis of going to the net, that kind of thing, and, getting on, pouncing on rebounds.
This is your 29th.
A couple of them were power play goals, too, so that was kind of a positive for us, too,
This is your 29th, sorry.
Yeah.
This is your 29th year coaching this program, right?
Yeah, it's a long
What
time.
is it about this program that you stuck around almost now 3 decades?
I don't know if anybody else would hire me, but it's I don't know. It's just been a good niche, that's part of it. But it's just been I don't think I ever would have imagined I would stay that long, as I have. But I like the people. They've been very supportive, and I think it was almost a second wind about 12 years ago when some of the restructuring of the NCAA, and we sort of had to make that move to Division I. And I thought that sort of almost came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it, and I think that was almost made it a little bit different ball game. That I was kind of going, well, geez, I'm actually coaching in Division I. Might as well stay right here because it's probably my best opportunity to stay in Division I.
All right, last question.
Coach, where do you think your team stacks up in your conference?
Well, we had a little better year, last year, as you could probably see. I mean, and we made some modest gains, particularly at the end of the year. I thought we were a lot stronger at the end of the year, and actually, played Robert Morris in the playoffs, and it went to a third game, overtime, that kind of thing. If you look at most of the people, have chosen us, 12 teams in that 8, 9, 10, 11. But who knows? I mean, we certainly think we're better. We have a lot of our team back. We have all 3 of our goalies, most all of our defensemen. So clearly we're a stronger team, and hopefully this will give us a big boost as well. But it was really neat. It's pretty neat, seeing all this, and it's great for hockey, and so.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.